Truth Cafe Podcast.
All right, everyone, from wherever and whenever you happen to listen to this, welcome to the Truth Cafe Podcast with me, Tito Caris.
Alongside Wambui, Willy.
And
Yes.
Wambui.
Yes, guys, we have a guest, a special guest podcast, Anas. What else do you do, Wambui?
A few other things.
She
Let's stick with those for now.
has an enterprise
Lazima nikwe-
because she's Kikuyu.
Give
Lazima
us.
nikuwe mtu wa-
Akona
No, lazima nikuwe mtu
hardware,
wa mystery.
akona hardware.
Actually,
Anauza
unajua
makaa.
nini nilikuwa unajua nini funny story. My sister and I are talking about how
Uh-huh.
starting tuanze kuuza t-shirts zingine zimeandikwa kama mini kanono. So on the other side, tuanze
Wambui, you need one?
I feel like people would buy that.
Wambui from Utawala, you need that one?
I look at,
I'll buy it for you, Wambui from Utawala. Mi nitakubaia Wambui hiyo.
Kwa sababu
Mr. Kanono. Mi bado niko in denial.
hii quarantine tumegain some pounds.
That's so
So,
cool.
yeah.
That's so cool.
Anyway, how you doing?
Yeah.
How you
Among other things, niko na hardware.
Mm-hmm.
I've been really good. I've been so busy since the last time I talked to you guys, and then I came back and then I went back to work. So it's been crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's rest time. Maybe weekends in kitu ya kufanya. So it's going to be great.
Okay, Wambui, the other Wambui.
Okay, just before we start, Karis, let me ask: is it a thing that guys, when we're recording, guys have a mug or, a cup to drinking some? Is it a thing?
Sina wapi. Unajua sasa sijui nifanye nini. Alafu it's 8 a.m.
Oh, it's 8 a.m. over
Okay.
there. Guy, bado mapema.
Yeah, ni mapema.
Okay. Wambui, unajua sasa that
Alright.
thing cannot work with me. Mi nitamaliza hata before tumalize introduction. Nitapiga flash. Kama ni uji, ni chai, ni
Before tu-
juice.
Before mningoja niingie, utakuwa
Eh.
ushamaliza na ukasongesha kikombe one side. Put
Yeah.
it to the side.
I'd be done. I'd be like, thank you so much.
Yeah. It's like
Ni moto.
when you're watching a movie
Yeah.
and you have popcorns there, you eat all the popcorns before the movie even begins.
Yeah, I've tried that. It never works with me. Never, ever. Never.
Damn right.
Nyinyi wa wapi?
Anyway, Wambui,
Lazima unaikula na mood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
sasa hebu tu agree
Okay.
kwanza tunaitana
Tuko na
aje?
shida. Tuko na shida hapa.
Tu agree
Tuko
tunaitana
na
aje?
dinner.
Let me tell you how we do it at our home, yeah? At our home we have like there was a time we were like 3-4 karaoke's in the house. So kuna karaoke mkubwa,
Mhm.
kuna karaoke mdogo na kuna karaoke mdogo kabisa. So hapa kuna Wambui mkubwa na Wambui mdogo. And I'm assuming by age.
Referring.
Age.
Oh.
How old are you, Wambui Jasam?
I'm
Alisema yeye ni-
26.
Wambui hata usi compete. Dogehota. Kubali wewe ni Wambui mdogo hapa. Just accept.
All right.
Accept. So Wambui mkubwa ya.
Wambui is there. Oh, guys, that sounds really weird. Where? Wambui mkubwa jamaa. No, actually, let's change that. Sema Wambui, niko na nickname.
let's
Niite
go-
Bobo.
Bobo. Okay, there we go. Bobo.
Yeah.
Bobo.
Mhm.
So you're a nurse, right?
Yes.
I have a question for you, and it's a very serious question. Nurse related, okay? So I have a boil. Wambui knows my history with boils. I have a boil
Jesus Christ.
under my armpit.
Oh,
Ew.
Jesus.
and it's killing me. And here's the thing: I'm not lucky. I'm always unfortunate with getting boils in unfortunate places.
Oh, God.
If you think the one on the armpit is bad, Bobo, the previous one that
Go
I
and
had
watch. There's an episode
called
that
Two Balls and
explains
a
that
Half.
whole.
Yeah.
I feel like I skipped that episode
called
because
Two
I
Balls
think
and
I
a
had
Half.
boil. I had boil and I said, not today.
It's called
Not
Two
today.
Balls and a Half.
Satin,
So
2 balls
previously
and a half.
I had a boil on my balls. Luckily enough, I survived. I'm alive. Nothing was damaged seriously. I'm okay.
Wow.
But
Where
now,
is this going?
but now I have a boil under my armpit. It's been there for like 5-6 days, and it's killing me. Like, what is the remedy? What's the home remedy? What's the home remedy I can use rather?
Do you pop them?
No.
Because that's the only remedy. You have to pop it.
Catch me dead.
Alternatively, you may not
Natembeaga
even
hivi.
have boils. I think what you may not even have boils. You may have what?
What? What is that?
Because
Mira.
some people
Mahira.
inakaa
Ngumi.
maji.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It could be a boil or it could be what? So kuna watu pata a lot of like zinaka. It's hard to describe, but if it's a boil still, it can be treated. Either uzipop, ama when sometimes it's diet, sometimes it's bit useless. I honestly don't even have a remedy. Just pop it, put spirit on it, and you'll be fine.
And what if it's the what? Because I feel like it's the other one. I don't know. I feel like it could be that.
If it's the what, you have to go into the doctor. I don't know what they do about what. Sijaipata. Sijaiona mtu akona. Watu wangu wananga hizi vitu.
Usikue hivyo sasa. I came with you in confidentiality from patient hands. And here you are. I'm hurt.
No, I feel like I haven't even helped you because I'm messaging yake kusema ukweli.
Okay.
Wambui, she's muted, so we can't hear you.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Poleni. So I need to explain something to you real quick.
Carry on.
Wambui, yeah? What Karis is trying to do is trying to save some money because he thinks when you have doctor friends or nurse friends, we
can't do anything for you. Yeah.
Nothing, bro.
We can't do anything for you. It's like my mom telling
go
me
into the hospital.
My mom will tell me sikuzi nakuanga na uchungu kwa tumbo inaweza kuwa nini. I'm like, Mom.
Yeah, you are a nurse.
It could be anything.
A whole lot of things. Yeah.
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
I even told her I don't have X-ray vision. Sioni ndani ya tumbo yako nikisimama hapa.
Let me tell you, Bobo, yeah. If you are to ungekuwa family member wetu ndio nurse, mimi siwezi enda hosi ever. Niko na kahoma kiasi ni nini, hebu shika hivi uniambie.
Nitakwambia kunywa maji moto. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, in still regards to that hospital and medication, why do you think as Africans and Kenyans, to be precise, we like doing home remedies? Like going to the hospital is the last resort unless I am dying. Mimi siwezi enda hospital.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the last time I went to the hospital. I always get treated over the counter. There is this pharmacist I go to, ananijua. Nikimexplainia vizuri, ananielewa, ananiambia shika bro. Ndio hiyo. Na nikikunywa, lucky for me, I get well. Anakuwa sawa.
I think also in Kenya tuko na hiyo option. Naweza enda kwa pharmacy mtu anipatie dawa. And then our hospitals are useless. Nikienda hosi niwaambie niko na sore throat. There's nothing they'll give you.
I know. Watakuweka
so what's the point?
Hapa ulipe bill kubwa.
Exactly. But hapa sasa nikienda pharmacy, the only thing I can get at the pharmacy ni ibuprofen. Other than that, lazima niende hosi wani prescribe. Yeah, so here I have to go to the hospital nikiwa na homa and they have to do something. Yeah. But I think Kenya pia utaenda hosi ukae a whole day. By the time mtu anakuona anakupatia enda tu nyumbani ulale ukunywe maji mob, you know, like hata mimi siwezi enda nikiwa Kenya. There's no point unless and so watu wengine then they're like, I'll just stay home itaisha, because they always tell me to go back home until so by the time one in the hospital they're really 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 sick. Really. It's our fault. It's the fault of the hospital. Everything seems so light.
Yeah. Oh, you just said you had a boil. What's the worst place you've ever had a boil?
Mimi?
Yeah, si ulisema uliskip episode kusikiza because you had a boil.
No. I said because I couldn't deal with listening about boils.
Oh, hujai kuwa na boil wewe as a nurse? Ever. Yo, no. Must be nice.
Mwambia hydrate.
Now skip the story ya boil. Hey, hydrate, kunywa maji, fruits.
Hey, mnaniingilia. Thank you for your advice. Asanteni sana.
Hydrate.
Haikuwa intervention nani. Thanks.
Matunda.
Haikuwa intervention. Thanks.
Matunda utakuwa tu sawa.
Thanks guys. Wambui, carry on.
All right. So Wambui, you ventured into content creation, yet you still have a career. I want to know what made you. Is it the work that you do? Ama, is it you looking for leisure? Ama, is it a safe space for you? What is content creation for you? Because if it is income generating, not so much. You have a job, sis. Sure.
Yeah. I am my own sugar daddy. That's true. I don't know. Well, originally, as I said, I think I mentioned this to you guys before. Podcasting for me was something I've wanted to do for years. Which backtrack, when I was in uni, I used to blog, but I used to blog like nursing related content, like vitu kama boil Zakaris. I used to do nursing related content.
Oh, okay.
Like
sasa nimekuwa example. Bobo nimekuwa example at EG boil Zakaris.
EG boil. EG boil Zakaris.
Okay.
But I've always liked writing. So nilikuwa ule mtu editor wa journalism in high school. I really loved writing and stuff like that. So content creation for me right now is really just, and I said this to you guys before, it's really just getting people to tell their stories, to change the narrative. I just want a platform. It's really not for money. I think when it gets to that point, ya money ndio nitaanza kusema I do this for fun. But right now, I just want us to normalize telling stories. I used to, nikiwa mtoto, I used to read a lot of books. But I never read African literature. Kulikuwa tu na Ngugi wa Thiong'o, Chinua Achebe. There were very few African writers. So at the end of the day, I just want to see African writers come up. In terms of content creation on Instagram, I just like to do it. I like being on Instagram. I love pictures. My sister loves photography. So that I do just for fun and as a hobby. But in regards to podcasting, I do because at the end of the day, I want us to tell our own stories and us to control the narrative that the first world is seeing. And tuache kuulizwa maswali za ujinga. Did you chase lions? Did you live in a hut? I don't have time, to be honest.
Anyway, to add on that, and this is a question for both Bobo and Wambui. I don't know whether you guys have noticed this. There is a trend I've seen online where, especially for us in Kenya, so I'd see a news item on BBC, I'd see a news item on CNN or one of these international media, and the story is a positive story. They do a story and say, a boy from Kenya invents a washing machine to help fight COVID-19. Na mimi Kenya, sijaona hiyo kitu kwa any local media house. I haven't seen it. Or you'd see this guy from Nyandarua in Kenya came up with. So we have these elements of good positive stories coming from Kenya or from Africa. You'd hear some nice stories and they're like, shit, kwani local media house yetu wanafanyanga nini? You watch the news, it's our local politician, it's DDI, it's this one said that. And I guess in terms of telling our stories, I guess that's the West hoodwinking us in the sense that they're like, you know what? Yeah, we want to control the narrative. And for you guys not to take it badly, they do some nice positive stories just to shush us. Because let me tell you, when I see such stories, I feel proud. And I get angered by the fact that this media house in Kenya should have done that story. Where were they? Like, mbona mukufanya? Like, they highlight a small kid invention. This, you're like, yo, huku ni Kenya na mimi sijui. You get? I don't know whether you can speak on that effect in regards to, I don't know whether you've noticed that of seeing such news items, you guys.
Yeah,
I have, but I think they do like one good story. They just do one good story maybe once a year, and that for that reason they're usually trying to get a movie out of it or an investment and into it. It rarely happens. You do see it and it's proud, but tell me how many you've seen. You've probably seen like the boy who made the windmill in, I think, Malawi or something. And then there's like 3 or 4 stories that you'll see like that. And the one for the windmill, they turned it into a movie that was made by, of course, Americans. So I think it's usually for selfish interests at that point.
Right.
But yeah, we should tell kazi kwenu. Siwende utafute hao watu Nyandarua.
Anofala. I think it's I think it's something that's happening. My reaction towards that would be, it is different for everybody. Karis, ni kama uko mbali tunaona kichwa yako hapo juu peke yake. Songa hapa. So I think different media houses do their content differently with different reasons. In Kenya, all the mainstream media does things for clout. I put that in quotes because not only clout, but okay, just like telling the stories or just telling the stories that will bring them numbers. That's a fact. You get what I mean? But and things like those new discoveries, new people coming up with new things, that's not so rampant in Kenya because that will not bring me numbers. That won't happen in Kenya. But for BBC, once they highlight something that Kenya has done, that will bring them numbers.
True.
So it works differently for everybody.
Yeah.
So here in Kenya, it's a way of, I don't know how to put it, but it's a game.
Yeah, it makes sense.
A game.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
But as I said, kazi kwenu, ni wapate Nyandarua, please.
So the only thing that could happen probably that would change this would probably be a segment in the news, not as a news item, but probably just a segment that showcases new people who come up with new things. That would work. But it being like the number one headline, hey, Wambui just discovered a new charger. That can't work. That wouldn't bring us numbers.
Bobo discovered just a new t-shirt. Kanono.
Kama mini kanono.
What is the name of that t-shirt?
Kama mini kanono. Watch. I will make that t-shirt. And I will bring in the millions.
We are here for that. You need to make stories. Headline. Kama mini kanono. But that's just some self-love right there. That's good. That's positive messaging, by the way. There was an episode, Bobo, we spoke about, weight and women, and it was in regards to Wambui. Yeah. Wambui, our other third guest co-host for Chari, called Wambui fat, and Wambui didn't take it lightly. And
I'm sorry, what?
No, we squashed the beef. It's nothing serious. We squashed it. So
not a beef.
Okay.
Bobo karibu kufight for your sake.
And then niko tu hapa na mbash. You see, the thing is, Wambui, let me just explain what happened.
Okay,
he was
carry
trying
on.
to
Tell
make
your
some
story.
remarks. That's exactly what I'm doing, Karim.
Okay,
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Carry on. Sorry.
So he just made some remarks, and everybody he just called me fat, and we brushed it off during that episode. And then now, when we had
did he actually say you are fat?
He put it in a question format. I don't know. Wambui was saying something to the effect about, I fear being fat. Oh no, I fear eating because if I eat, I'll become fat. Then for Chari was like, Kwani, what are you?
What are you?
I lost it personally. I lost it. I was like, yo, finish. But anyway, carry on, Wambui.
Mm-hmm. So we sort of had that discussion in an episode, Juicy, and we spoke about it, and it, we just agreed that ladies don't like being called fat. That's a fact. Even if you're fat, usiseme.
And I don't think it's about being. I don't think.
Fungua roho, Bobo. It's a safe space.
I honestly think and we've had this a bazillion times. The skinny bodies have been normalized so much that we're making people feel bad for being normal. Kuna point inafika, yes, unafika like 300 kgs, yes, we need to talk at that point because your heart will stop. But I think the normal woman is not a stick figure with abs with a banging bikini body. Not everyone looks like that, and that's fine. But it drives me nuts. But also, I was having a conversation with my friend the other day, and I asked him, because he's a personal trainer and sometimes we work out together, and I asked him, if you go to a party, so gani?
Keyword sometimes.
Oh, sometimes. Me and the gym. Ataka mini kanono. Me and the gym.
Carry on.
Atakami nikanono muenda gym.
That's another t-shirt right there.
I asked ndio sasa. Web enterprise, it tunaanza business.
Okay,
so I asked
media.
him, if you go
Mkosho tukarekodi kitu tukue serious. There's so much banter flying yani hapa.
I told my dad, nitatumia jina yake. My dad is called Wakadege, so he's Wakadege.
Yeah, nice.
Wakadege,
One stop shop.
Wakadege. Anyways, I was saying, so I asked him if he goes to a club or not a club. Let's say we're doing a pool party. I show up with my regular body. Kanono. And then Natalie Tewa shows up, who is looking like, and then
wine glass,
Hana waist, and then who else? Someone who is average looking but very curvy, and then someone who shows up who is very skinny. Now skinny, when I say skinny, I mean like I'm a corner. And I asked him, who would you? I'm a course of food. And then I asked her, who would you talk to first? And here's where I found this conversation very interesting, because he said, I wouldn't talk to Natalie Tower because unless she's showing me that she's interested, there's no way she has time for me. Which I have a problem with that, because this is the reason why I'm still single, because people say I have a mean face. Anyways.
Yeah, you have to smile more often.
Just give them your voice, Wambui. That will tell you.
And then so he said I would notice her first, of course, and I would walk towards her first, only if she shows me some type of interest. And then the second woman he would go for would be someone who's curvy, regardless of whether ni kanono ama anything else, they still want curvy. But then I'm like, out of all those 4 women, maybe those 2 have the most terrible personalities, or they're just terrible people in general. But because that's what we are normalized to be attracted to, at the end of the day, I don't know, I just don't appreciate that attitude from men. When your mother ukiona Natalie Taylor sasa utatublock sisi wote.
But like this basic bitches. You're so basic.
Anyway, let me say something though. Mi napendaga kwa very realistic, yeah? And the question should be rather, is it about preference, or is it hate or prejudice? Either of the two. Because for me nasemanga hakunanga kitu kama ina beauty for me. If whatever I see does not please my eyes, there's no way. I'd rather go there when I'm mrembo, huna personality, I'll find out later. I'd rather do that. Other than go, we si mrembo, alafu upate una personality. Because here we si mrembo ati uko na personality pia. It's a gamble at the end of the day. So for me,
sasa wewe utaendea nani?
Mrembo, of course. Ula mrembo mwenye ana akili, hana personality, hana pesa.
Let me tell you, see, that's my other problem right there. Kwani, that's my other problem right there. Kwani, you wanna tell me, if a lady is pretty, she can't have these other nice things. Like, that's a very flawed judgment. Like, I am sure a lady can be beautiful, she can have brains, she can be mannered, she can be all those nice. But she doesn't have to be ugly for her to have a personality.
What we're trying to say is, Karis, what we're trying to say is, don't be too quick to tell the ugly ladies. No. Don't be too quick to tell the ugly ladies that they can't make the cut because they're ugly and they don't have a personality. As in, okay, that's your gamble, that's fine, but don't bash the others because they chose to have the ugly ones.
Because as much as you'll say, mimi nitaenda ule mrembo, in some other girls' eyes, hata we si mrembo. You get?
Of course.
So at the end of the day,
unaona? You see
and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay, carry on. You see, when we look at a life that way, everybody goes home happy. Because I think the problem, in my opinion, and for the record, I'm not generalizing anything on anyone, but I think most ladies feel like it's okay for them to be choosy and have a preference, but it's not okay for a guy to have a preference. Like, for instance, it's okay for a lady to think she can, anasema mimi sitaki bwana kaa hivyo hivi, but if a guy says hataki venye yeye anakaa, it becomes an issue for her. Like I feel like ladies feel like some feel like it's okay for them to be choosy, to be like wasi mweusi.
Okay, so I'm gonna wear the hat of.
But if a guy, if I'm as a guy say, by that I don't like mademo wanaona mimi, now that becomes a problem. Oh, I am body shaming. No. I love my ladies.
All right, so
it's an example.
Just so you know, wacha nisipreface niseme Karis basic no. Kwa hivyo nishatoka kwa hiyo elimination. Anyways, Wambui, you can
carry on.
Karis, there's something, and I said this in a previous episode that we did. There's something that society has done to show us that a lady should look like this. And Wambui has just said it like a few seconds ago. A lady, for you to be called a lady, you should have a small waist, you should have a big, okay, that's a pair of scissors. You should have a big nyash, you should have big boobs and whatnot. That's what a lady is supposed to be like as far as society is concerned. And that's fine. And as ladies, I still think we're still battling with that and self-esteem issues. And that's why you're seeing many podcasts are telling people of how to accept your own body and love yourself the way you are and yada. Because us ladies have gone through this stigma for the longest time. You guys, what is it that
look one boy
about you?
Look one boy. Here's the thing. Kidogo, please. Kidogo. Let me say this. Look, Bobo sipping some tea.
I'm here for this.
No, look. I'm not gonna sit here and be ignorant and not acknowledge whatever society has done to women. I'm gonna agree on that. But I also say this in a previous episode, and I think self-esteem issue is a self-responsibility. Usingoje mimi nikuje nikwambie how you'll get your self-esteem. Don't wait for me.
Bro.
Like I agree systemically kumekuwa na shida, and it has been brought about by men who are in power. They, marketing, advertising. I agree. But mimi do not infringe on my right to have a preference because you have self-esteem issues. Sis, pambana na hali yako.
I just don't like that answer. I just
why? What about that answer?
Granted.
Like?
Let Bobo
respond. I want the response from Bobo.
I will say this though. This is what I will say. When I am talking to anyone in regards to the opposite sex, I'm there for other intentions. And I think that's where the whole problem starts. Men come to talk to women with other intentions. And that's why they go for the first thing that's attractive. When I am talking to a man, I'm going for something. That's just myself. Like I literally am too tired to go through. Also, I did that in college. Your time is Shaisha. But I think men want, to an extent, a trophy or something, especially now with social media. They just want something attractive to brag about. Utaniambia Karis, how many women have you met in very honest, in your real life? How many women have you met who are the mental picture of who you want? This is talking in regards to Natalie Tewa. Umekutana na wasichana wangapi wanakaa hivyo?
Clearly, as you can,
and how
Wambui is the type of woman I meet.
And
she's the clear example.
I have a boyfriend, guys.
Anyway, carry on, Babu.
Nikana mutu. No, but in reality, even me, I want an Idris Elba, but in reality, how many Idris Elbas have I met? Zero. Nirudi hapa kwa kina Karis. But in the reality is we have been advertised. Ukienda on Instagram saizi, una scroll tu ni Natalie Tewa. I can't think of anyone else.
You've used Natalie Tewa so many times.
So much. But it's all these bodies that are just on social media, because in reality it doesn't exist. And these are people who've gone for surgeries. So Karis utasema nataka msichana mrembo juu you're evaluating regular me with, you're comparing me to someone who literally had surgery, Literally.
No, look, you see, I think,
Anakulanga. Listen, wait
Okay.
for it. Anakulanga.
There you go. There you go.
Anakulanga carrot and spinach, and they're working on their bodies, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, I feel like men are so unfair to women because that's the standard they want to uphold you on. And self-esteem is a solo task, yes. Self-love is a solo task, yes. But it's unfair that you expect me to feel like I need to make myself look like her for you to even notice me. I think that's unfair. Because mi nikiangalia mwanaume hata akiwa na kitambi, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay. Can I say something? Look, and I hear where you're coming from, and I understand it totally, 100%. But for me, I don't think I'm at that level. Look, let's be realistic. Mimi pia nataka kitu real. Sitaki kitu iko na expiry date. Lazima uende dukani urepair saa zote. No. Personally, I appreciate and I understand because I think natural beauty is the best, honestly, for me. That's what I think. Like that's what I feel and what I think. So I get what you're saying. Most guys are that way. And vitu kwa ground mimi husema ni tofauti. Vijana wengi watafikiria hivyo, lakini ni fantasy tu. Kwa ground vitu wanagwara haziko hata close to kenye wanafikiria kwa kichwa yao. It's a nice idea for so many guys. It's a nice thought for them. It sounds good in their head. And they know, but hata ukiuliza, they wouldn't want that because ukiuliza, say, example, Natalie, and we're sorry for misusing your name on this episode of ours. But and for the record, I don't know the lady personally, but I'm saying most ladies are usually attributed to, being bimbos, they're not quite smart and whatnot. So ukiuliza a guy, why does he want a Natalie Teo? Atakwambia probably just for smashing. But hata kwa dawa haezi oyo dem. Why? Atakwambia probably haezi pika, hajui kufanya nini, haezi, you get, because such ladies are attributed to lack some of these qualities a man would want. So it's a hard discussion, but at the end of the day, at least we're having it. So, and that's what matters most. Let's talk.
Yeah.
Karis.
Yes, Wambui.
Ushaiona? Juzi, I just saw something. There was a competition for guys. Who is the ugliest guy? And these guys were fighting for that spot of being the ugliest.
Have you
ever seen females going through such things? As in, what I'm trying to say is you guys have just been conditioned to be so strong and accept yourself the way you are, yadi. You don't need makeup, you're ugly. You're ugly. No makeup.
Let's do this, yeah? Let's do this, Kwanzaa. I think that's a misinformed assumption. This is why. I think the people who fight insecurity the most are men. It's just that they don't show it.
Huh?
Men fight insecurity more than women. Like down deep inside, wanaume wako na insecurity mingi.
Explain.
In the sense that for guys, you see, like inaitwa kama it's for guys, for instance, in that regards, being ugly and whatnot, such a guy is doing, let's say, you could make fun of yourself, inaitwa aje bobo kwa kizungu?
Sijui.
Wewe sasa mzungu. Haya, utawala, twende utawala.
Unashinda unaniuliza.
Twende utawala, nisaidie. Nipe vocabulary.
Nini hiyo bro?
There's this could make fun of yourself. Let me use that phrase. Like, I think, like you see in the example you're saying, these guys are competing who is the ugliest. That is like a way to battle with your insecurity. Like, unaona ukijienjoy, hakuna mtu anaweza kuenjoy. Like, ukishakubali wewe ni kanono, hata mtu akwambia ni kanono, haezi hurt. Unaget, umekubali. So most guys battle with insecurities, but one, they never put themselves in situations where that insecurity comes up. Ever. And if it's being ugly, most of these ugly guys, they work hard, they get money. And that's when they get money, they will smash all the Nairobi ladies. Because when they were young, walikataliwa na hawa wasichana. These ladies rejected them. So now they have something these ladies want. So now it's money, yes. Nairobi vitu ni different. Najua huko labda ni tofauti. Lakini hapa
kwa vitu ni same. Vitu ni same.
Okay.
Hey, vitu ni same. Niko tricky.
Yeah, so now that these guys, and that's why for me, that's why I think the sugar daddy aspect comes in, like in most times, like for guys, because most of these guys did not enjoy their youthfulness, either because they were not so good looking to attract ladies their ways, a lot of rejection, but now they have money to compensate that.
I need to cut you short and tell you that the things that we point out for you guys, it's basically just being ugly and probably you have a small dick. That's all. That's all. Us ladies, you breathe around chocolate, you breathe around cake, you become fat. You have 3 lumps of fat in your stomach. You have flabby hands. Your hands ukifanya hivi unazima taa. When you have no makeup, you become ugly. That's exactly what I'm talking. If you have a small ass, you become ugly. But for you guys, it's a bit small. Come on.
But here's the thing. But mi naona hii ni pressure mmejiwekea nyi wenyewe. Okay,
ngoja.
Carry on, babu.
Ngoja, usiruke hiyo story amesema una flip mkono inasema Stima. Girl, what? Kwani una
You've not seen this Kikuyu women with hands that zimeanguka.
Hao ndo wanapikanga mukimo kwa harusi zote na matanga.
Bas, wanaweka gadufu.
Mukimo, ugali, hiyo ni yao. No one else can do that.
Na minji na mishiri.
Kila kitu. But I think, and I said this on the podcast some time back. Mimi, I think hiyo ni pressure madem wengine wamejiwekea, because boy, so long as ni kitu natembea na iko na macho, so long as skiza boy. So long as
tumekonditioniwa.
Yes, I agree on that, but mimi nasema so long as ni kitu inatembea na inapumua, boy chala tagwara. That's the bottom line. You see boy,
the thing is, sisi tutafuti mtu mwenye atatugwara. That's not what
tunataka
mtu mwenye tunataka mtu mwenye atatupenda na tumbo zetu 3 na S yetu.
Let me tell you.
Na S yetu yenye inakaa vile inakaa. That's what I'm talking about. Like the people who are genuinely there to like you for your big stomach.
Aya, mtangoja Yesu arudi. Anyway, we are running out of time here. Let me start, then we get back to this. Sawa?
Karis, kwanza umeongea vibaya.
Najua.
Ati kitu inapumua inatembea. Are you serious?
See you guys in a few.
Truth Cafe Podcast.